Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT The Game, Season 2, Episode 22. We are just a few weeks away from NXT Takeover Toronto. I have already ran the pre-show matches, so let's get straight into the action. The camera rolls on and shows Renee Young and Corey Graves. Welcome to NXT tonight, says Renee Young. As promised last week, the Young Bucks are wasting no time in cashing in their rematch clause for the NXT Tag Team Championships tonight. Corey Graves, oh Renee, I can't wait to see this match. American Alpha was on their games a few weeks back and upset the wrestling world. Can lightning strike twice? Renee Young, also, we were going to determine who's going to NXT Takeover Toronto to face Mr. NXT for the NXT Television Championship as the Lucha Dragons square off when Kalisto faces Sin Cara. And of course, as was drawn out last week, the NWO Gold's Kevin Owens and Big Cass will have a match here tonight also. Corey Graves, another loaded NXT it seems like, Renee. The camera shows Mr. NXT making his way down the ramp and into again on commentary. He'll be ringside for the #1 contenders match to the NXT Television Championship between best friends, the Lucha Dragons, that is, Kalisto and Sin Cara. In a match that had some good action and average heat, Kalisto drew Sin Cara in 18 minutes following a double disqualification due to Mr. NXT running in and attacking both Kalisto and Sin Cara. The fans boo as Mr. NXT just laughs, getting both men double disqualified and costing them a shot at the NXT Television Championships at NXT TakeOver Toronto. William Regal's music then hits. Mr. NXT, while you are a wonderful wrestler, sometimes son, you are just an idiot. The fans cheer. Everyone, due to Mr. NXT's actions at NXT TakeOver Toronto, it will not be Kalisto versus NXT. The fans boo. Nor will it be Sin Cara versus Mr. NXT. The fans boo again. Mr. NXT claps. Oh yes, keep clapping, Mr. NXT, because at NXT TakeOver Toronto, it will be you, Mr. NXT, taking on not only Kalisto, but also Sin Cara in a triple threat for the NXT Television Championship. The fans go wild as Mr. NXT is very pissed off. Regal just shakes his head and leaves. What was Mr. NXT thinking? The camera shows the 2016 Queen of the Ring, Emma, in the back with Dana Brooke. Bayley has been on a losing streak of sorts, says Emma. Her mind isn't in the game. Tonight's the night where you capitalize, Dana nods. Tonight is the night I and Bayley's dream of ever becoming NXT Women's Champion. Dana nods and walks off screen. The camera then cuts to Sasha Banks in the back holding her NXT Women's Championship as the fans cheer, making the face turn complete. Sasha Banks is just sitting around, and for whatever reason the camera wanted to catch it, mainly just to cement her face turn without having much to say this week. Alright, and about that it's all in action, but on Wedge of Heat, Bayley defeats Dana Brooke in 8 minutes with the Hugplex. This was a match just to get Bayley the win. Dana Brooke, who's been pretty good lately, and her momentum's actually pretty good, and her actually in-ring skills have been improving, so we gave her a big spot here on NXT this week. Well, she puts over Bayley. Alright, we get a video saying that next week on NXT, we are going to see Enzo Amore take on the leader of the Balor Club, Finn Balor. And then another video saying that in 2 weeks, Asuka will be meeting Charlotte for the first time ever in the middle of the ring. In an extremely short match, though, Gargano and Ciampa defeated Big Cass and Kevin Owens when Big Cass was disqualified for using a weapon after nobody interfered. I don't know why that says that line. The bell sounds and sounds and sounds as Kevin Owens and Big Cass just beat down Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in the ring, not even allowing the match to start. The NWO did not care about the loss here. Charlotte, though, smiles at Owens ringside. Owens then grabs his heart, fainting that he's in love with Charlotte as the duo leave destruction in the ring. NWO Gold has taken out Gargano and Ciampa, did not even really let the match start, don't care about the loss, and they're just doing NWO things here. The camera now finds Enzo Amore in the back. Big Cass, we're like brothers, he says sulking. We're like family. We were like family, but you chose a new family. A family you thought would help you get to the farther in life, and I get it, says Enzo. You wanted the road less traveled, Big Cass. We talked for years, dude. We talked for years. We put in the work. We had the late nights. Enzo stops. Cass, this isn't going to be a normal match. There isn't going to be a chance for the NWO Gold, those soft pieces of garbage interfering. We're getting inside still. We locking it up, and not even Carmelo can save your ass. The scene fades. S-C-E-N-E, the scene fades with Enzo looking focused. Enzo versus Cass, Toronto, NXT TakeOver, in the cage. And that was my awful impression of Enzo Amore. A video now airs hyping Bo Dallas and Sami Zayn's conflicting past, and that the fact they'll be facing for the NXT Heavyweight Championship at NXT TakeOver Toronto. In the match, it has some good action in every sheet. American Alpha defeats the Young Bucks in 13 minutes when Chad Gable defeats Nixon by pinfall again with the Alpha. American Alpha make the title defense successfully and again have shocked the Balor Club and the Young Bucks. As American Alpha wins again, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan celebrate in the ring as the Balor Club just seem absolutely lost and confused. From the distance, we see Tommy and Neville smiling and clapping again. American Alpha begins to wake up their way down the ramp as American Alpha begins to make their way up the ramp as Tommy and Neville, though, are hit from behind, begin to roll down the ramp and land at the feet of American Alpha, who's still carrying their titles. They look up and see the Kingdom's Mike Bennett and Matt Taven. The show, though, fades this week, showing the Kingdom, then Young Bucks, followed by Tommy and Neville, who are on the ground, being helped up by Gordon and Gable, American Alpha. American Alpha retains, and it looks like Tommy and Neville, while they're continuing to mess with the Balor Club in terms of giving them a hard time for losing, just, distracting them, that the Kingdom of Mike Bennett and Matt Taven are making their presence felt as well. Who will be the new #1 contenders for the NXT Tag Team Championships? I'm not sure, but I know one thing. It's going to get interesting really soon. All right, let's see what we did this week. All right, increase in 9, lost this one. Why did we have a decrease in popularity? I'm not sure. Anyways, this was NXT The Game, Season 2, Episode 22. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back next week, guys. Next week, in a couple days.